Uptown Bell and up Hemlock. And so from these photos, and I recognize this is coming right in here, right off of the street. So what they've elected to do is load the site up with empty containers. What the application before you is pretty substantial. What they're looking to do is take this entire piece and combine it into one yard, essentially to store these containers. Now, it's a large application as far as size. It comes before you because it needs a special permit, but more importantly, it needs a zoning regulation change, a zoning amendment, to allow the storage of these. So what they've done is they've crafted a regulation that essentially says that if we have a legal transfer station somewhere in town, and we have a site that's 2 acres in size, we can store these containers off-site from the transfer station. So if you think of city carting on Meadow Street, they've got the facility and they also store containers there. It's all on one site. They want to pull these off and go into another neighborhood. So the other part of this, there's a lot of pieces to it. One other part is that they want to get the city to abandon the end of the street so they can make this one contiguous parcel. The other item is that they plan on, their proposal is to take this area down substantially. So we're not having these sit up in the air, but actually much lower. So there's a lot of pieces to this puzzle. Now what we have here is clearly you've got a neighborhood that surrounds this on this side. You've got a business down here, but you have houses even across on Chestnut. So that's a challenge. And you know, they're going to have to make their good case. So where are we on this? We started out on this with a couple of zoning violations, and we've been still dealing with those. We have 2 zoning violations out. They appealed those to Zoning Board of Appeals. The Zoning Board of Appeals agreed with the zoning officer that they were correct. Then they went to court. They withdrew that application from court when they gave you an application to correct their violations. Then they withdrew that application, and now they've just continued to morph out all over the site. So now we've given them a cease and desist on all of these other parcels, in addition to the 2 that are still outstanding, and now they've appealed that to ZBA. So we're trying to get the ZBA appeals handled, and we're trying to get everything to a point where you have enough information that you can go ahead and make an educated decision and hold a public hearing on it. And so that's where we are. So we're going to give you the information tonight. Go look at it. I think the neighbors have been more than patient with these people, and they don't seem to, get it that this is a problem.
Okay. So in the meantime, Mike, could you explain what happens while the ZBA is dealing with this? Because
my feeling is that you should go ahead and move this process forward. Whatever happens with ZBA happens. Because if they go ahead to ZBA and ZBA approves or backs the zoning officer, which I don't have any question that they will, well then they'll probably just appeal that to court again. So there's that train going. But I think we should take the application here, move it forward, and try to get some resolution to this.
Right, because now if they've submitted the application, we're on the time, right?
And in the meantime, are they allowed to just continue to bring in more containers and to keep stacking them higher?
Here's the
How
problem.
can you stop that? Wow,
That's the problem. Ours is called a cease and desist, notice of violation.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we give them. We don't have the ability to put a gate across the yard here. We just don't have that ability. They have that due process through ZBA, through court, and that's how we have to handle that.
Like, what regulates what they're allowed to do?